This is Mikey. I can't believe they killed him too.
Mikey?
A bookkeeper. He'd man the front counter and negotiate the guild contracts.
We should search his office for any useful information.
Right. That's the bleeding logbook. Aye, where we keep the receipts for every burn and dawn job we take on. Coin passing hands, clients hiring us, members going out, all the boring details. A chunk is missing. At least 3 months' worth.
I'm guessing the Gilded Eye took it. Explains how they knew where you were.
You're probably right. We find those missing pages, we might be discovering if any others still live. Aye, we need to try.
Welcome to the Cutlers. I ain't seen your faces round here before. To be frank, you could use a wash. We have bathtubs for rent, should you need one. I'm Shivani, owner and operator of this establishment. Pay for your drinks and keep to your own business, and we won't have any trouble.
My name is Elidia. I believe one of your patrons is expecting us.
Elidia, yes. Well, you must be talking about the elf. He was here until a few hours ago, and some Gilded Eye members, backed by a few of Luskan's finest, came looking for him. He slipped out, of course. We're pretty adept at getting people in and out of here discreetly. But the whole ordeal has been a hassle for me and my business. When they didn't find who they were looking for, they started poking around. They either chased off my bartender or took him prisoner. I'm not sure which. No, but he injured one of his pursuers. The knights left their wounded companion behind and we put him in a room. It seems, however, that I may have lost track of him after that. So if anyone were to ask what happened to him, I couldn't say.
Ah, I gotcha. Appreciate the discretion.
Don't mention it. The Gilded Eye and their cronies are not favourites of mine nowadays. Good. And please do bring that elf back. He lent this place much-needed mystique. That injured man is just upstairs. If you speak to him, do mind the curtains.
I didn't expect him to be so quick. Gilded Eye? Do I look like Gilded Eye to you? Because I'm not. But, I mean, in case you are, I agree with whatever it is they believe. No, pal. I'm Ship Bareham. Got me tattoo and everything. Look, we were simply hired to do a job, we were. Here to hunt down some elf that must have pissed in the wrong bucket. Just following orders. No idea who hired us. But I'm sure they paid well, no doubt. Now, please, do us a favour and give me a bit of healing, yeah? We were warned that if he evaded us, he had a few safe houses nearby. If you heal me, I'll show you where they are.
Indeed. Sehanine, Lady of Dreams, hear my prayer.
Thank you for that. I wasn't sure what was going to happen to me.
Yeah. Now, pay up.
Right. This city map shows 4 locations where your elf might have gone. Please, take it. I don't want anything else to do with this whole thing. Now, we're even, right? Not a word. But be wary if you're dealing with that elf. There's something unsettling about him. Timora's luck to you.
You're outnumbered, elf. You'll come with us if you know what's best for you.
Surely you can see this is all a misunderstanding.
I understand that you'll come with us, or you'll die where you stand.
Don't be so sure. My friends may have something to say about that.
Stay out of this. This is Ship Bareham business. You are in no position to be asking questions, whelp.
Just take care of them, and I'll double your pay.
Well, I was about to think you weren't going to show up. I apologize for the state of the place, but I just had unexpected guests.
Good to see you again, Soranil. I'd like to introduce you to our new friends. This is the wizard Hommet Shaw, and these others are surviving members of the Order of the Burning Dawn.
Aye. The last two, best we can tell.
So angry. So tortured. Truly, you have lost much.
We had a deal, Elf.
Yes, we did. I was to tell you everything I know about your little quest, once I've learned all I could about these cowardly attacks on the Burning Dawn. And here are the survivors of those attacks. So, what can you tell me? I too had strange dreams. More inspired by our fair priestess of Sehanine here than anything else.
I'm not sure...
I find this all very strange. The Gilded Eye roots out demonic influence all over the Sword Coast. They don't usually go in for guild politics. I see nothing demonic about you, so there must be something else. Find out what we all don't already know, and I'll tell you what I know. Why was your guild targeted by the Gilded Eye? I suspect you'd like to know the same. A mage named Mafaril was rumored to have been studying the history of the Burning Dawn. He may not be willing to help you, but no doubt you'll find the answers you seek.
Mafaril? Oh. Wow. This is awkward.
You know him?
I knew him. I was training under him, but he sent me to Neverwinter a little while ago. I was coming back here because I heard about his murder.
If I were to hazard a guess, I'd say it was the Arcane Brotherhood.
Probably. But all is not lost, friends. Hommet Shaw has an idea. Mafaril had a secret library, somewhere in the ruins of Ilusk. And that man wrote everything down. One time I asked him what he was writing, and he wrote that down.
This entire city stands upon the ruins of ancient Ilusk. But the ruins are to the north of here, near the city's slums. And a necromancer would find the nearby cemetery rather handy, I imagine. Because something strange is happening, and I want to know what it is. What more reason do I need? I certainly hope so. Otherwise I've done all this for nothing.
I recognize those glyphs on the floor. It looks like they're components for a ritual. This must be Mafaril's front gate. Let's see. We'll need some grave dust, of course, an ogre zombie's tooth, a crystal jar, and a black candle. Sure. Well, as long as the components are correct.
A ritual to open a dead necromancer's lair. What could go wrong?
A crystal jar to represent the vanity of Velsharoon. Check. Place the tooth of an ogre zombie, just like so. Light the black candle with a taper made of a death shroud. And now scatter the grave dust. Wait. Was that grave dust or bone dust? Ugh. That didn't go as planned. Well, it was a particularly complicated ritual, and, there may have been a slight error. I don't know. Maybe one of the components was wrong. Maybe I had on the wrong robe. Or maybe I said Mezzanoth when I should have said Mizanoth. We're in Mafaril's secret lab, I promise. We're just in the, deadly traps area, where intruders are sent to die. I had no idea failing the ritual would send us down here. It makes sense, though. I mean, if you can't do the ritual, you obviously don't belong in the Master's lab. There are a few undead down here, but don't worry. I'm a necromancer.
I'm sure it's fine. I have faith in Hommet Shaw.
I'm pretty sure that's the nicest thing I've ever heard anyone say. Mafaril's chambers should be just a bit ahead. Let's go. So, this is the Master's library. Be careful. I don't know...
Finally, my last remaining apprentice has returned.
Oh, no. You heard that too, right?
Join me, apprentice. In death, you will join your fellow students in my service. Forever.
Mafaril must have been very angry when he died. Very angry indeed.
We can't just destroy him with weapons or spells. We must set his soul to rest.
He might not give us any choice.
Cry to your gods. Your time is nigh. Pain. Haven't felt that in so long.
Master, I'm sorry.
No, it is I who has lost his mind.
Death has no doubt clouded your thoughts.
No, it is the rage that brings the confusion, nothing more. You are members, yes? As was I before. I have dedicated years studying the history of our guild. Fascinating and not a little disturbing. Our guild was founded roughly a century ago by two brothers, Roth and Gareth Dawntreader. They learned of the legend of a stone, a tear of the elven goddess of the moon, one they believed would allay the sadness that all the people of Toril suffer.
That is the very relic I seek. It would appear our paths have crossed for more reasons than one.
They learned that the elves called it thus, and that the elves found it sacred. They believed it was a stroke of luck, but it was the hand of a darker fate. The brothers entered a bargain with what they believed to be a spirit of fortune, but was in fact a demon named Belafos. The bargain? Their fealty. For success in finding the moon tear. This was a most uneven bargain. They did. But they were powerless to break the bargain. Their minds already belonged to the demon. Over time, as the guild grew, the brothers became more and more insane under Belafos's maddening influence. But one brother, Gareth, held on to his mind longer. He saw what was happening and tried to stop it by attacking Roth, who had already succumbed to the corruption. Our records ignore this part of our history, but the brothers fought furiously, tearing flesh and cracking bone like ravening, mindless creatures, until both died. With the founders' deaths, the demon's bargain was completed, and Belafos took the brothers' souls, leaving their guild free.
You know, I wish you'd told me you were involved with demons when we met. You could really be a little more forthcoming.
I cannot say. The Founder's death satisfied Belafos's bargain. There is something more at work here.
You guys think Sorinil will settle for a little story about demons told by the ghost of a dead wizard? Looks like that's the best we'll get.
We have a lot to think about. Sorinil needs to know what we've learned here today.
Here, before my mind is completely faded, take my final journal. May it inspire you on your quest. Now flee from here. Go!
You return to your camp, your mind reeling with what you have learned. The cursed ghost of Mathril speaks true. You know this in your heart and soul, and it lends some truth to the motivations of the murderous Gilded Eye. But in your heart also lies the truth that you and the remaining survivors of the Burning Dawn are free to choose your fate, to deny the demon its due. Or so you hope, as the crackling fire lulls you into the fickle arms of sleep. You have found answers in the haunted words of a dead wizard, but many questions remain. What drives the Knights of the Gilded Eye? What does the demon want from you? And if you are fated to bend to a demon's will, what role is left for you to play?
The moon cries. The moon cries. Well, hello there. Good to see you out and about. Seems there's been a shocking development or two. Is there something I can get for you? You look terrible. It's the demons, isn't it? These aren't your normal, starving, no-skills, hit-like-a-pillow-fight demons. They're slaughtering us like animals. You most of all. That's the question, isn't it? If Jarhild were here, she'd say... well, she'd probably just say, the moon cries for you, to be perfectly honest. This is where we go when our roles are played out. When we've done all we can. We are all siblings in purpose, if not by blood. It has been said for a century or more, by worse people and older beings than you. For now, let us sit back, relax and enjoy the show. And if you see Bryn, tell her, the moon cries for you.
Blasted it. Another bloody nightmare. They're getting worse, I tell you.
I think it's safe to say that you and Jarhild are the only ones having the nightmares. They must be related to your guild's link with Belafos.
Sounds like a fair assumption to me.
I mean, I've done some crazy stuff, but allying with a demon, oh, seriously? Wow.
We were supposed to report to Sorinil this morning. He said he'd meet us at the Cutlass.
I could use a bit of a drink myself.
I just hope we don't have to go looking for him again.
I can't help the feeling that we're in for a long day.
Hey, I wondered if I could, bend your ear for a moment. Something came up and I might need your help. You know how I was training with the Harples before they kicked me out? After I, raised some zombies I shouldn't have. Anyway, well, ever since Mathril passed away, I've been thinking, I need to get back on track with my studies. And as great as it is chasing down demons with you, well, it's not exactly going to get me my big, tall, intimidating tower in the centre of an unforgiving wasteland, is it? That's the sort of thing a wizard needs, if people are going to respect him. Yes, undoubtedly, if you'll assist me in finding it. I received a letter from a woman named Dagatha. Before you ask, neither my mother, sister, or lover. Though, with a name like Dagatha, she's probably really into smart young wizards. Anyway, she said she's working for a book collector in Luskan, and that she has a tome I might like to see. Something that could help me develop as a user of magic. Well, she sounded really smart in the letter. And why would anyone want to trick me? I'm no one. I mean, unless they were trying to get to you, but really, who'd want to do that? We'll go talk to Dagatha, maybe read a book or two, and we're done. Back to fighting demons and saving the Sword Coast. No harm, no foul. I'd really appreciate it if we can find the time. If not, I guess I'll just cry myself to sleep at night, that's all. If you don't mind, I'd rather talk about something else. As mentors go, Mafril was pretty great. I mean, he did sometimes act like he hated me or he thought I was stupid, but I could tell it was all an act. Oh, there was the one time he threatened to pull out my soul and attach it to a doorstop, but I rather deserved it. Ancient Netherese scrying crystals don't come cheap, you know. All right, you know where to find me.
What can I do for you? With apologies, I have opened my past to you. Perhaps as we travel together, there will be more to share. Mafril's tale is troubling. If the brothers Dawntreader did indeed cast their lots with a demon, then its power may still be upon you, despite what the ghost suggests. I'd advise caution. I trust you, but we cannot be sure what your nightmares mean, or what power they may hold over you. The Lady of Dreams go with you.
Hey, I were about to go looking for you. Hoping you might have a moment to chat. I got a letter from an old buddy of mine named Thoradin, from back before when I met Liddy. He wants to meet in the Cutlass sometime, to catch up, you know. Now, back when I knew him, I wasn't the paragon of politeness and virtue you see before you today. No, I did some things I wasn't proud of. And let me put it this way, I don't think Liddy would like who I was back then. I know I didn't. This old friend. I know he's going to ask a favour. But he saved my life back when it wasn't worth saving. I think I owe it to him to hear him out. A grand tale of bad decisions and youthful stupidity. When I was just getting started out, I ran into some trouble. I felt like I had something to prove. So I did what anyone in my position would do. I tried to steal from ship Bareham. Second largest pirate ship in Luskan. They and the other ships pretty much control things here in these parts. So I, of course, figured I'd go and steal from them. Anyway, I broke into their headquarters and I saw this fantastic dagger just lying there, only protected by several locks and an array of poison needle traps. Child's play. So I took it. Later I found out it belonged to High Captain Bareham himself. Silly me. They were ready to skin me alive. But Thoradin had contacts with Bareham, and he talked my way out of it. So I owe him. Thanks. You know, I don't care what anyone says. You're not so bad. Ha! Thoradin used to say that to me. I guess I'd best get some sleep. We've got a lot to do. I will say this. I wouldn't join your guild, even if it weren't pretty much destroyed right now. No upside in dealing with demons. Don't be a stranger.
Was hoping you'd a moment to talk. I'll keep this short. Me mother's in town, and she's looking for me. Usually I just ignore her, but Shivani says she seems pretty bloody upset. I'd appreciate it if we could go talk to her. Ha! Only someone who never met me mother would ask that. Best that we go see what she wants before she takes down the whole bleeding city of Luskan looking for me. I'm not sure I trust that ghost when he says the guild's free of demonic influence. I suggest we watch each other for anything out of the ordinary. Don't be a stranger.
Well, I'll be blinded, gagged, and hauled off in a sack, if it ain't Leretha bloody Gulgrin.
Thoradin, you old pile of dung. I thought I told you never to show yourself in my city again.
Your city? Why, I don't see your name on it anywhere. Eh? Eh? I told you about me, has he? Well, has he also told you about his experiments with shaving back in those days? Lerithar Bald Chin, they called him.
I'm not gonna get into the puns they came up with for you, with all your special companions.
Yeah, I remember. Good times. Glad you brought your new companions. Any friends of Bald Chin's are friends of mine. Listen, you're probably wondering why I wanted to meet up with you. Then I'll make it fast. I was running a shipment through town when I was jumped by some bandits. They knocked me out and made off with the stuff.
That sounds like the kind of problem you ought to be handling yourself. Making examples of folks, that sort of thing.
Aye, but my client, you see, they gave me a certain amount of time to bring them the goods. It's been... well, I don't have the shipment, and I don't have much time left. Aye, that's the long and short. I need your help to scope out the area in the slums where I was attacked. I remember I got one good swipe with my dagger, so if we search, we might find a blood trail. I'm hoping that'll lead us to the bastards that stole my shipment.
And this will make us even?
Oh, friend, you find my shipment and I'll disappear from your life forever.
Can't ask for a better deal than that.
I'll be heading to the slums. If you're serious about helping me, we'll get started when you arrive. Hope to see you there.
Aye, there you are. Taking your sweet time, are you? No rush to go see your poor old mother, that's for sure.
You never change, do you, Mum?
Why would I, child? I'm just as I need to be.
Come on now, Nisrin. Don't be taking these folks whole day with your gabbing. You've got important things to talk about.
Aye, that I do. I've come here seeking your help, mid-dove. You see, me dear wee children have gone missing. Oh, forgive me. I can't go on.
What me overly dramatic sister is saying is your younger siblings have gone missing, child. She knows you wouldn't be glad to see her, but she needs your help. And the help of your friends there. They came here to Luskan, hoping they could start themselves a trading business. You know, shipping stone-forged weapons and armour here, sending goods from Waterdeep and Icewind Dale back home to Mirabar.
Those two, always looking for new opportunities to help the family. Not running away from home to find adventure.
Is this making anyone else uncomfortable?
Makes me homesick. Haven't heard a good dwarven mother tirade for quite some time.
They had rented a room here in town. We came out to visit them, and when we went by their place, they were gone.
My babes! Gone! How can the family carry on?
Someone's not having any trouble carrying on.
Don't bloody encourage her. You're putting chum in the waters.
Here, I'll mark your map. Maybe you can find something at the room that might point you in a direction.
No! Oh, I mean, I couldn't let you be doing that for me. It's me brother and sister that need finding. I'll be going with you.
When you find them, tell them their mother misses them terribly, won't you?
What? Who are you? How dare you barge in here? Those good-for-nothing dwarves? They skipped town without paying this 10 days' rent. Good riddance.
Speak of me siblings in that manner again, and you'll be begging for a quick death before I'm done with you.
Your... siblings? Oh, please don't hurt me. They were staying here the past few 10 days. I came to collect rent yesterday and they were gone. The door was locked and their things gone. That's all I know. Well, you do seem like one of the good ones. All right, well, I did hear something. But it didn't come from me, okay? Old Felloc was running his mouth and mentioned that the Dragonbloods were lurking round here lately. It may be that they took those two dwarves. Though I seriously hope not. Felloc may be a beggar and a drunk, but he does see things from time to time. Things no one else pays any attention to. One of the city's oldest gangs. They were on the rise until the ships kicked them off of Blood Island. Still, they are a nasty and dangerous bunch. I've heard they have connections to slavers. If you want to find your friends, I'd suggest you hurry. Sticking your neck out in this city is a good way to lose your head. I don't want any trouble with the gangs. Dealing with tenants is hard enough.
Aye, and let's be quick about it. Otherwise, I'm sure me mum will find some way to blame all this on me.
Huh? What? Where are my boots? I ask everyone that question. Someone has to know. I look at one dwarf, I see two. 2 for 1. oh no, I got one for you. What's short, wet, and smells like a sewer? Of course it is. I think. Give up. A dwarf in the sewer. Sorry. But I had a bit of stew yesterday. Not sure what kind of meat it was. Dragon Bloods. Those weren't no real Dragon Bloods. They just used the name to intimidate folk who don't know better. But I know. They took them. Took them all. Took them below. Oh, somewhere down there, I think. But the ruins are big, like a spider web made from stone and excrement. For a small fee, let's say 100 gold, I can narrow down the search a bit. I followed them. I thought they might have my boots, so 100 gold, or are we done here? Good doing business with you. I'll mark the spot I saw them go on your map. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to find a place to throw up.
I know dead bodies, and this one is definitely dead. You can tell from the gaping hole in his stomach.
No, it isn't. Let's keep looking. No! Fauna! Yari! Me wee brother and sister! What happened to ye?
Oh, well met. Are you here to save them?
No. It's too bleeding late for that. But it's not too late to take down their killer.
No, please. I didn't kill anyone, I swear it. I was just too afraid to run with the others. The foreman. He caught those 2 dwarves leading an escape. We didn't have weapons. It was a slaughter. Fana and Yari held off the slavers long enough that some did escape. The foreman was enraged. He slaughtered everyone, except me. He said I was the only one here who would make a good slave, and told me to clean up the mess.
I'm gonna cut him into tiny pieces.
Down that corridor. He said they had a lot of stock to replace. I think they're planning the next targets.
No, we have to kill them.
You're back again. Have you any news?
I'm sorry, Mum.
Oh, no. No. You're saying
my babies are dead? That's it, isn't it? For all your world traveling, you couldn't save them. Not even with your good old adventuring friends with you. I'm sure you are. Just as I'm sure you'll be happy to say goodbye to Jarhild as the 3 of us head back to Mirabar.
Mirabar? I'm needed here.
Do they need you more than your own flesh and blood? Do they need you more than your father needs his only living daughter? You know he's got the cough. He won't be around too much longer. Of course. The Stoneforge clan traces back many centuries to Clan Battlehammer and Mithril Hall. Smiths and crafters all, we made armour for kings. Now we're small in number, but proud. We live in some comfort in the city of Miramar. But our proud line is being jeopardized by a stubborn daughter in her quest for glory. Aye, as of today she is. The Stoneforge line ends with that reluctant, selfish creature you see before you. Oh, aye! And who'll continue the family name if you die somewhere out here? No one! You've got obligations, wee one. You've got a role to play. But I can be reasonable. If your friend here vows to keep you safe, then you can gallivant about with them for a while. But I expect you home before this year is ended. I'll arrange a match so you can be married and start having your children as soon as you return.
Of course it's not. If she wanted that life, she never would have left home in the first place.
I don't see how this is any of your business.
I once turned down a chance to join the Harpers because me dad told me I'd break me mother's heart if I left. Don't make the same bloody mistake I did, Jarhild.
You stay out of this, you traitorous harpy! She never would have left home if you hadn't filled her head with nonsense.
I hate this. What we're doing out here is important. But me ma's right. I do have a responsibility to the clan. I'd give me bleeding right arm for some good advice right about now.
Aye, that's bloody fine thinking. This is larger than the Stoneforge clan. This is about the world and my place in it.
Mum, these folks need me on this quest. And when we're done here, I'll keep adventuring, just like I planned. I'll do more than continue the line. I'll make it famous. I know you're disappointed, but I have to be true to who I am. Husbands, babies, all that isn't my thing. And if you and Dad want an heir, you'll have to go and make one yourselves.
Aye, well, that's not about to happen.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Ah, well, I guess the Stoneforge name will just have to languish in obscurity for all eternity.
The Stoneforge name will be sung throughout the land when I'm done with it. You'll see. I'll make ye proud.
I, for one, am proud of you, Jarhild. I want you to have this sword. It was mine back when I still knew how to swing it. Go out there and fight the fight.
Aye. If you're going to go make your family proud. We'll be waiting for when you change your mind.
Hail! Ready to go searching for some thieves? Lead the way. I'll be right behind you.
Move along. Whoa, what? Blood? Whoa, never seen that stuff before. Too bad. You're about to see a lot more.
That was a dragon blood grunt.
What? Are you sure? I thought the ships took care of them.
I'd know those scum anywhere. Looks like I was robbed by the wrong kind of people.
Oh, well, at least they won't kill us if this goes wrong. They'll sell us into slavery instead.
There it is. The Traveller's Dust stash. Grab it and get out of here.
Aye, let's get this over with.
Once I get this shipment back to Suljak, aye. And your buddy Lerathar will probably never hear from me again.
Won't that be a fine day?
What choice do I have? I'm a dead man if I don't get this shipment to Suljak. Haven't you been paying attention? I have no choice. Right, a piece of paper. It's damning evidence, but so what? This life is all I know. Why should I start over now, What point is there? What are you doing? You've just killed me, you fool! I have to go. Lay low. Maybe get out of town. I've nothing to say to you. You better hope we never meet again.
Good morning, my friends. Oh, your elven companion asked me to tell you that he went for a little stroll this morning. Not to worry.
Really? Do you know where he went?
I'm not sure, to be honest. But I think he may have gone down to the cellar. He sometimes has business to take care of down there. You'll need a key. Luckily, I happen to have one. Take this, go through the kitchen, and then down the stairs. If he's not there, you may have to do some creative searching to find out where he went. Best of luck, travellers.
What a wonderful morning. So peaceful, so productive.
My mentor told them all about their guild. How their founders made a deal with a demon, Bannerford? Helephant?
Bellefoss?
Yes, that.
I've heard that demon's name spoken before. If Bellefoss is the source of your nightmares, then I'm afraid you might have to say farewell to the concept of a good night's sleep. Not much, I'm afraid. Just that Bellefoss the Mad is a Baelor, and a general in the army of Demogorgon, Prince of Demons. He is said to make his home on the 88th level of the Abyss, called the Gaping Maw, for reasons that should be obvious.
Whoa! Does he have a birthmark on his left buttock? Because I might have gone to school with that guy.
Demons don't usually make pacts with mortals. That is more in the realm of devils, and they're even less likely to keep their word. It doesn't make sense that he'd make a bargain with your founders, but if he did, I can understand his bond going beyond the founders' deaths. It makes sense to me. If they think your guild has been dealing with demons, they'd find that reason enough.
Really? This brutally, without a stitch of bloody evidence?
Maybe they think they have evidence. Or that they're an order of overzealous, bloodthirsty marauders in knight's clothing. Either way, I can see it.
Liddy says the moon tear is a relic of her goddess, who has something to do with dreams. Maybe if we found it, we could use it to wipe those nightmares away.
No. It's rumored to be a relic of Sehanine. And even if it is, it's been lost for decades. It could have been cursed, or drained of its power, or simply decayed by the passage of time. Still, it's the best option we have. And it conveniently ties your fates together. You need the stone to cure your minds, and Lydia seeks to return it to her order's care. Funny you should ask. I just finished speaking with a friend of mine, who brought me a bit of good news. Another member of your guild seems to have survived the Gilded Eye attacks. My contact wouldn't say. You only get the information you pay for, it turns out. My friend tells me that one of the Gilded Eye's knights defected from the Order. She fled to Luskan and has been trying to contact members of your guild. I figured we might want to find out what she knows. She's holed up in a building somewhere inside the city. Probably somewhere the Gilded Eye wouldn't think to look.
Well met and welcome. My name is Dagatha. Is there something I can help you find?
Dagatha, I'm Homit Shaw. You sent me a letter about...
The tome! Yes, of course. I've set it aside for you. You'll find it very interesting indeed. This tome weaves for us the story of an ancient wizard known as the Ashen Priest. The author even ventures rumors regarding the location of the wizard's tomb and the treasures hidden within. Unfortunately, there are a few pages missing, but I've no doubt you can figure out the gist of what it says. Well, according to the tome, the Ashen Priest was a powerful wizard who subjugated everyone within miles of his home. He had command over fire, as well as the forces of life and death. They say the Ashen Priest was killed in a peasant revolt, but that he rose again long enough to take his vengeance on those who defeated him.
Wow. He sounds like a really bad guy. What do you think? It's like the first time I tried cheese made from rosé milk. I was scared out of my mind, but I'm glad I did it, even if I did spend the next 10 days on the pot.
I'm not saying this won't be dangerous, Hommit. But anyone who can recover the knowledge of the Ashen Priest would become a powerful force indeed. I imagine that the Harples would be happy to take you back. If you return in one piece.
I don't know. If I was in pieces but still made it back to Longsaddle, that'd be pretty impressive.
Return the book to me when you're done. I'd love to discuss everything you've learned from the tomb. And Timora's blessing on you, Hommit Shaw. I have every faith in you.
So, according to the book, this is the Altar of Ashes. The inscription says we must speak 3 words of power and will invoke the blessings of 3 gods of death, and will be granted access to the tomb of the Ashen Priest. Yes, there is a word there written in blood. I can speak that word and just make up the rest. Of course, of course. We'll return later. Okay, let's try this again. We need to speak the 3 words of power, and will be granted access to the tomb of the Ashen Priest. Yes, of course. The words are written in blood. Stand back, I'll speak them. Okay, here we go. Jaruk, Akast, wizened. It's working. It's working!
By the will of Emix, primordial lord of flames, I answer thy call. Come to me, ambitious mortal, and meet thy new master.
Maybe we should do what he says? I say, let's look into it. Huh. What's the worst that could happen, right?
Come, foolish child. Stand at my side and be cleansed by the flames.
I'm good here, actually.
All my knowledge, all my power, yours for the taking. You have but to carry the spark into the world and let it burn.
Oh. Wow, that's tempting.
Take the first step, my apprentice. Cleanse yourself of your worldly bonds. Bring your companions to lie at your feet, and your new journey shall begin.
He's really powerful. I can feel the fire in my veins. Enough to destroy. Enough to rule. But it's so much power. So much hate. No, it's too much. No! I will not turn on my friends!
Foolish child. I was not offering a choice. If thou wilt not set fire to thy world, then I will do it for thee.
Hello again. I hope you have good news for me. I knew you'd do it! Now spill! Tell me everything!
Well, long story short, we found the tomb, fought some undead, said some magic words, and I got drafted to be the Ashen Priest's apprentice. The Ashen Priest was really powerful. I could have learned a lot, assuming he didn't just empty out my skull and turn me into the Walking Dead. But he wanted me to kill my friends, and I just couldn't do that. I brought your book back. I'm afraid I wasted the opportunity. I didn't really learn very much.
Didn't you? Think about it.
Oh, okay, I can't take it. Anyone got an handkerchief or a bucket?
Hommit, were you sent forth from Longsaddle because you were a bad wizard? I doubt it, because a lot of the wizards there make mistakes, often catastrophic ones. Perhaps instead you were sent away because you were aiming in the wrong direction. You set yourself apart when you were seen to be different. You abandoned the others in favor of your studies.
No, but they started it.
Yes, of sorts. A wizard's life is full of tests, some more trying than others. You're a fantastic wizard, Hommit. You always have been. You've just been scared and misaligned. You ran to dark arts and darker teachers because you didn't think you could trust your friends. But in the end, faced with the promise of immense power, you did exactly what your family hoped you would do. And so I say, on their behalf, welcome back, Hommit Harple. We have missed you. You were born a Harple. Your mother was Amelia Harple Shaw. She had given up her study of the magical arts to raise a family with her beloved. But she knew that you would need the careful tutelage of the true Harples. My full name is Dagatha Ramona Atavia Harple Lathamere. I travelled to Longsaddle just a few months ago to get in touch with my kin, and they told me stories of you.
I always thought they hated me.
No, they miss you. They loved you there. I found the tome and had this idea, and they practically begged me to bring it to you.
Fuzzy? I don't know how to feel. I need some time.
Take all the time you need, cousin. The Harples will be there for you when you're ready. Thank you, my friend, for helping Hommit find himself. May the gods bless you.